Yay. So we're getting started right off, you guys. We have a good class on here. And guess what I'm going to pick up first? A little weighted ball. So if you don't have a weighted ball, you pick up any kind of can. You pick up any kind of ball. I just want something in your hands, okay? So once you've picked up anything that's going to put a little weight into your hands, then you're going to put it right here in your solar plexus. See this? So I'm walking around here to warm up, but I have 6-pound ball right here. You can have a 2-pound can. I just got one right now. So I'm going to step right here. I'm going to hold this with my one hand on top, my one hand on bottom, and then I'm going to rotate it. See how I did that? Okay. I'm going to just rotate it. So my hand's on top, my hand's on bottom, and I'm going to switch. Now the hand's on top, now the hand's on bottom. Now I'm going to switch. See that switch? And I could do it with a 4-pound ball. I could do it with a 2-pound ball. I could do it with like a can, okay? So once I turn it like that, when you have your hand under here, make sure that your wrist is neutral. Once you've mastered this kind of thing, see how I'm rotating my wrists? Okay, this is going to be a big deal for some people, especially if you've ever had a wrist or a thumb issue. Yeah, I know. So here's the deal. I'm going to step forward. I'm going to step back. But see, I'm not just stepping forward. I'm stepping to the side, doing a little bit of a bend in the knee. See that? So I'm going to step back. I'm going to do that a couple of times. So I'm going to be stepping as I'm rotating my hand on top, my hand on bottom. Step. And I'm turning my toe out as I step, as if I was going to go in that direction. See that? Okay, now is when you pat yourself right here and you drop your shoulders. And then you say rib cage up. Okay? Then you come back to neutral. You rotate the ball and you step out. Okay? Now, if it's more if it's better for you to switch your hands first and then step out, that's good. Do that. If you don't want to do it all at one time, if that's going to push you too much, then you do one at a time. And the reason I'm telling you that is because this is a very functional, but it's a compound move. A lot of movements that we do during the day is a compound move. But that's why we get into trouble sometimes, okay? Because at the same time I'm stepping out in a pointed way, a diagonal way, and I'm worried about this. See, I have all these things going. Many of you will step out, and if you just start doing this willy-nilly and you don't slow it down, break down the move, you're going to end up doing this. See this? This is what I don't want you to do. Do not, okay? So stand right here, take a big breath in through the nose, possibly out through the nose. And I want you to get a handle on how your wrists are going. Now I'm telling you, you are going to see, this is going to break down these movements that many of you avoid because, yeah, this is the warm up. We're doing rotationals with a weighted ball. My knees are soft, my shoulders are down. And as I turn this, I want one hand on top, I want one hand on the bottom, but what I don't want is to break the wrist, okay? So you just turn it and you're holding it. You can hold it You can lean it right into your belly, okay? Right there. You can do that, that's okay. What's not okay is doing this. This lean forward, no, no, no. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up, get your rotation down. Then you step diagonally to the side. See, like this? So the only bending right now is right here. See that? And it rotates into the midline through my ankle, but this leg is pretty straight. The knee is soft, but here I go. See, top of the hand, bring it back to neutral. You got it right here. Then I'm gonna step out diagonally. I'm gonna bend that knee a little. But I'm gonna, if I were with you right now, if you were bending like this and rotating this, I would be pushing you here. Why? Because I don't want you to do what we tend to do when we start having issues with our back, with our knees, with our shoulders, with our this, with our that. You're using this hour to really get you back on track and to really align yourself while you are tasking. This is a task, and this is a very functional task. And I'm doing this repeatedly for a reason. See how I'm rotating? See that? And when you do this, if you have a weakness in your wrists, then you need to use a very light object. But I want you to have some object in your hands. This for me is a 6-pound ball, okay? And I can tell you when I rotate it in this hand right here, because I've had my own issues with wrists and thumbs and everything, it comes with a lot of times having birthdays. Okay, so come back here. And I don't know if you've noticed, but if you're confident that you're not going to lean when you go diagonally out to the side, if you are confident that you're going to keep your rib cage up, keep the weighted ball right in here, do not break the wrist, step a little wider. See, I'm stepping a little wider every time. So this is not directly in front of me stepping. We'll do that in a minute. See, I'm going to rotate. And when you have this much weight and you're coming into a forearm and a wrist, okay, say rib cage up, bend the knee, but say rib cage up, because I don't want you to do what? I don't want you to lean from the waist. I don't want you to lean from the shoulders. Ear over shoulder, shoulder over hip. You're bending by bending through the quad, the knee, see? And then you rotate and you come right here to your solar plexus. See that? Tummy's tight, in through the nose. And you see how I went wider? Yeah, and I went in a diagonal patterning. And then I rotate and I bring, and you're gonna find, you're gonna, by doing this little simple move where you have a weighted object, I have a weighted ball, you can have a can of food, okay? You are gonna discover weaknesses. And the weaknesses come in your hand and your forearm. Because if you're having grip problems, if you're constantly, not once in a while you get a real tight lid, but if you're constantly handing your jar, whatever it is that you're trying to loosen up, and you're constantly handing it to someone to open for you, then you're starting to have gripping issues. Okay, I'm trying to help you with that by letting you see where is your sticking points. So I can tell you I'm feeling it right here. It's not a super pain, but it's a weakness. And the weakness goes into your forearm and translates up into your shoulder as well. Turn, see? So the answer is not to avoid it. The answer is to find a weight load that you can handle that will push you a little, okay? And then watch your alignment. See, I'm going to turn now. I'm stepping way out here. But if I drop the plumb line from my ear, through my shoulder, through my hip, see, if I can bend here, I still have that line. See that? If I can't, if I'm doing this, then I can't drop that plumb line, okay? So I hope that helps you in how to line yourself up. And what am I doing? By staying in this kind of a movement pattern, well, there's enough going on that you're having to really think to move through this. And by moving in this way and lining ourselves up, I am waking up everything, and I'm waking up my brain, and now we're fixing to switch it, okay? So now I'm gonna step back, all right? And I have my little weighted ball, all right? I put it right under my chin. I've stepped back, just like that. Then I'm gonna go from the back to the front. See that? So my pivoting foot is, this is gonna pivot forward and back. So this is not only gonna wake up my footbed, my ankle, my calf, but it goes all the way up the hamstring, the lower back, and all the way up. And all you have to do is make sure that you're lined up with your ear being able to line up over the shoulder and over the hip. So see, whether I go, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. So whether I'm stepping forward and back, okay, I'm going to bring it back, all right, and then I'm going to go back with that same leg, back, okay, I got it right under my chin. And what do I want to do? I want to go back with that back leg far enough that it really elicits a stretch through my calf, okay? Then I'm going to pivot. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go forward with the same foot. I keep this weight right here for now, okay? Now I'm going to go from here, and here would be a mistake. If you go from here and you think you have to go all the way back in one fell swoop, that would be a mistake. Number one, you shouldn't be stepping way out. Yes. Your ankle should be definitely bending. Yes. The weighted ball is under your chin. Yes. Shoulders are down, tight tummy. When I push off this leg in the front, I'm just going to go to neutral. I'm not going to go all the way back. Okay. So I'm going to go push to neutral. See, this is neutral stance. All right. Ear, shoulder, hip bone. See that? Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go way back. But what am I not going to do in this stance? Those of you who have been on this morning with me during that whole first thing will be yelling. Ear over shoulder, shoulder over hip bone. See that? So you bend that back knee a little bit. You get that heel down in the back. See that? You open all this. Yeah. Take a breath. Come up to neutral. Here I am at neutral. Now I'm going to step forward one more time. I'm going to step forward quite like I'm going to really work to go as wide as I can. I want to keep the back heel down, okay? The supporting leg. So that's my pivoting, all right? Now I'm going to come up to neutral. See, I just do a push, push, and I'm right here at neutral, okay? Now cement that leg. I call it the swing leg. Now you're going to switch. You're going to go to the other swing leg, okay? So here I am. I'm going to go back first. I'm going to step way back. Number one with my swing leg. This is the leg that's staying solid, okay? Get your heel down, in through the nose, out through the nose, okay? Bend that knee, yeah? In the back, put the foot down. Think of your lining up right now, because I'm fixing to go forward with the swing leg. See, here's the ear, shoulder, you're dropping a plumb line. It's cutting right in the middle of, from the ear hanging to the shoulder to the hip. See that? Do not be leaning forward. Okay, you ready? Bring it up to the midline. Now step out one more time, really big. Yeah, step way out there, okay? Say rib cage up. In order to correct a forward lean, you say rib cage up. Woo, just like that, okay? And then you come back to neutral. And you can do one more big step back, okay? Step back. So line yourself up, say rib cage up, ear, shoulder, hip, all right? And come right to neutral, and then step forward, okay? So last one, say rib cage up, ear, shoulder, hip. Yeah. Take a big deep breath, and then come back. Okay. Take this little weighted ball, and when we started today, we were doing rotations with our hands, our wrists, okay? So I'm just gonna do a number of these rotations with a knee coming up, a knee coming up, a knee coming up. If you are over leaning, check yourself. Many times you will overlean because you're trying to avoid an unpleasant sensation in a muscle, a joint, whatever, and you will overlean, okay? That makes it so that it's an ineffective exercise for some of the weaker structures that I'm trying to help you get, okay? So see, I'm shifting, I'm turning, I'm bringing that knee up, and there's my line up. This is my challenge side right here, because I'm doing a task right here. I'm holding on to a 6-pound ball. I'm bringing a leg up. If I don't watch it, I do this. If I do this, it's super easy. But if I line myself up correctly, it's not super easy, okay? And how do I do that? I hip hinge and I bend my knee. I drop my center of gravity. I rotate that hand and I try not to overlean, and I hang on to it just for a second or two or 3 or 4, and then I rotate. Don't break that wrist, okay? So I know certain people out there who like to break the wrist. What do I mean by that? This is neutral. This is breaking the wrist, okay? So you're using something other than those weaker tendons, ligaments, muscles that guide the movement of your wrist, okay? And you know, maybe you've had an injury, maybe you have arthritis, maybe you have bone on bone. In that case, don't not do nothing. Get just a rolled up light ball, a light ball. You don't have to have a heavy ball, okay? So here I go, one more time. I'm gonna come up, lower your center of gravity, say rib cage up. You're rotating, you have to stay on target, on target, on target, on target. And then back down one last time. Here we go, 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 here we go. So it's super easy for me to do it on this side. Very difficult for me to do it on this side. But this is why I'm doing this, to help you really realize, to help you unstick so that you have more flowing movements, okay? So a lot of times, so what am I doing? I'm gripping my ball and turning my hand backwards. See that? Okay? That is a very different move than this, okay? This is your bowling position. Take your bowling position and turn the palm back, okay, with that weighted ball. See that? Yeah. Take a big deep breath. You're going to step out. Your feet are going to be forward. So now you're wider than shoulder. So you're going to take this cupped hand. See that? You're going to bring it to the center. You're going to push your butt back. Tuck your chin. You're going to go down, 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 at least to your knees. Okay? Then you're going to come up by pushing into your heels, squeezing your butts, and you're going to turn the other palm backward. See that? My knees are soft. I'm not going for a deep squat. Number one. Number two, I am not taking my chest, my head lower than where my butt's going. And if you're going to do that correctly, you're going to push hard into your heels. See, I'm not asking you to go very far. I know certain people that will think, oh, okay, I can do this. And this is what they do. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. I was practicing this outside on my little flower gardens this morning, pulling weeds. The tendency is to bend here. Bend at the knee. Get your butt down and then pull those weeds. See that? And I got a weighted ball here. And I'm just throwing and catching. See this? Throwing and catching. Heels. Go to the heels. Go to the heels. Go to the heels. Drop your butt. Not your chest. Not your head. Heels. And then come up. That's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel that squeeze, that burn. It was like, I'm getting warm. Yeah, that's what I want you to feel. That's how you do your squat. Let me tell you, if you would follow this little instruction right here, just this one, when you're out every day, you're going to go mess around in your flower garden. You know that. Or on your porch, or I don't know. If you don't have a flower garden, you don't have a porch, you're not going to do any of that stuff, get you some little squares of Dove chocolate or something like that. They're all wrapped individually. Spread them around on the floor. Yes. There's my Dove chocolates. Now I have a weighted ball. Okay. Oh, there's a chocolate. I'm going to step into it. And make sure you don't make them too close together. I know you guys. You'll put them all in one area so that you don't have to move around. Okay. Pretend your chocolate is down there. I'm going to keep my weighted ball in my hand. There's my weed. What is our tendency? Our tendency is to go like this. See? And many of you round your back. I want you to use your quads. You're going to get so stinking strong in just a few weeks if you will do this instruction that I'm giving you. Okay? At no extra charge. Okay, you ready? There's my chocolate. I'm going to come down, and instead of putting my head and chest down, I'm lowering my butt. Okay? Then I'm going to come up. Then there's another piece of chocolate. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go wide. I'm going to swing back, drop my shoulders. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to drop my butt. Drop my butt, drop my butt, drop my butt, drop my butt. Now stay down there. Stay down there. If you have a ball, just do little tosses. Drop your butt, even a half inch. Drop it. Push into the heels. Okay? Then come up. Don't just go down there and come right back. No, no. Okay, I'm going to move. I have a piece of chocolate over here. See that? So I still have my little 6-pound weighted ball, but I'm trying to move you through a properly done task in a squat that you could employ this literally every single day during the summer when you're out and you got to go down and pick something up. Because I don't want you to just do this and you round your back generally. I want you to bend down. Get down there. Get your butt lower than your head. Get your butt lower than your chest. Go into your heels. Breath, 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 heels, breath, breath. Stay down there. Stay down there. Heels, heels, heels. 5, 4, go down lower. 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's what I want you to do. I want you to feel it here. I'm doing this with just a little 6-pound ball, okay? I wanted to do this way first this morning because so many people will pick up weights and they only do a half job of the squat with weights. We're gonna do that. But anyway, I'm doing some carries now. I had a ball. I'm gonna pick up my 2 jugs. So I have all my carries right around where I'm at. So hopefully you will have something. If you don't have jugs, go ahead and pick up your weights. That's perfectly fine. You just pick up your weights. So I have, you know, a medium carry. This is 10 pounds. This is 10 pounds. Okie dokie. So I'm going to go walk, walk, walk. Sorry about that. Ooh, we'll click that off. And then I'm going to go walk, walk, walk. And what am I going to notice? I'm doing a carry. I have a tendency on my hip replace side to lean. And if I don't slow down and lower my center of gravity as I'm doing this carry, I do all kinds of weirdo compensations. And the outcome of that is I wobble. So I'm right there with so many of us in the class that have joints that you have to manage. And so what I'm trying to do right now is to get you to slow down with a weight that you are carrying and managing as you're walking, okay? And I'm slowing it down because when I go into that, even though on one side I have a knee replaced, on the other side the hip is replaced, I will guarantee you your hip takes a lot more out of your ability to balance properly. And I'm talking walking, just walking. It's just works differently. You don't have the pain, but if you'll slow down like I'm doing right now with these 2 10-pound weights or carries, and you bend the knee so that you're lowering your center of gravity, it will force you to use your muscles around that hip differently, okay? So this kind of a task, along with what we were doing with squatting, is huge to help straighten out our tendency to wobble. That's number 1. And then the effort of trying to get you to stand up when you're stepping to the side. Now we're going to do that. So I'm right back here. I have my weights right here. I could have just my free weights. That would be fine. Pick whatever weight gives you a little effort. And then see, I'm going to turn my toe diagonally. See that? I'm going to step out like that. Here's my weights right here. It could be in a jug form. It could be in your hand weights form. So in this position, my toe is forward because it didn't move. And I stepped out diagonally, okay? Now, I soften my joint here in the back leg, but the front leg bends. And I'm managing 20 pounds with my back, with my shoulders. Do not lean, okay? You need to straighten that up because The stronger your muscles are to help you realign, the less pain and the better you're going to be able to ambulate. Okay, so I've been out here for a little bit and I'm going to bring this foot back, but I don't want to hurt my back. So what do? I do a little punch, drag, and a punch. See that? I don't hurt my back at all. I stay lined up. I don't hurt my joints, but I'm out there pretty far. Okay, so here we go. Take a big breath. And if your fingers get tired, you just release them. You're just hanging the weight right here. So here I am. I'm going to turn my toes, see, and I'm going to go diagonally. Okay, you ready? Drop your shoulders and say rib cage up first. Now you're going to step as wide as you can forward diagonally. Again, the back leg is soft. The front leg is going to increase bending. The minute that you start to lose it and go like this, and some of you will say, well, how do I know? How do I know? If you can't drop a plumb line, a string from your ear, and it go right down through the shoulder and through your hip right here, then you're out of line. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, tight tummy, say rib cage up, and you're hanging out down here, see? Ooh, yeah, so I'm doing this now with 20 pounds, okay? Take a big deep breath, stay into that move. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. How do I get back? And if you're not careful and you throw your back, you're gonna get in trouble. So what are you gonna do? Tighten your tummy and you do a punch, drag. See, a punch, drag. No problem, you're up and at it. All right, big breath. You ready? Step shoulder width. Yeah, I'm gonna bring those weights right here. I'm gonna go into, like I'm gonna put them down. Then I'm gonna take them back up, okay? So I'm going through some very common moves that if you were noticing, you've been doing all morning. Some of you have maybe thought about it. I love it when people tell me that they think of me on vacation because it's generally over a commode. So see, my weights are on the ground, but I'm going to pick them up so that I put a load. Now I'm going to go to my heels. I am not going to do what? I am not going to put my shoulders and head lower than my butt. My butt's going down. And I'm hanging on to these weights right here. Breath, breath, heels, 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 heels. And then I push into the heels and I come up. Okay? Big breaths. I know you're loving this. And I'm so glad you're doing it with me. Okay, I'm going to do this move with these weights just 2 more times. I'm doing them with you. Okay? So I'm stepping wide. See? I'm going to rotate my hip. I'm going to say rib cage up. As I go down, my weights are right here. See? Go into your heels, into your heels, into your heels, into your heels. Drop your butt, drop your butt, drop your butt. Heels, drop your butt. Breath, breath, breath. Make sure you don't cave with your knees. They shouldn't be out or in. Hang on, heels, heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate. Yeah. Rotate. Do a little toe tap. See that? What do? You just bring your toes up. Rotate the hip. Okay? Yeah. Take a big breath. We got one more. You guys are doing really good. Okay. You ready? Enough rest? Okay, enough rest. Here we go. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up. I'm going to bring my weights into the middle. I'm gonna push my butt back. I'm gonna really say rib cage up. I'm gonna go into the heels. I'm gonna hang out down here. Just tap those weights and lift them, tap and lift. Heels, heels, heels. Push into the heels as you're doing this. Into the heels, into the heels, into the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. Oh! Okay. Good job, you guys. Very good job. Okay. Rotate, swing those arms. And it's a true swing, by the way. It's a front to back, gentle stepping. Here's what I want you to notice. This is a swing. If I see somebody do this and I'm trying to get them to recover and they're doing this, okay, that is not a swing. I want you to do a pendulum swing. You keep it down. Keep your arms straight. You're not bending. Just like this. Then you turn your hands like this, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, and then thumb out. See? It's not so easy, is it? Drop your shoulders and do not bend at the elbow. And you're swinging from the shoulder joint. It's a recovery. The minute I see you go like this, you're not swinging anymore. You're not doing a pendulum swing. You're lifting. Okay? So here I am. Say rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up. Big breath. Now, if I had nothing else, which I'm going to go ahead and use my weights, I would just go ahead and do this next segment with my little jug carries. So you do whatever floats your boat. However, I'm going to go up 2 more pounds. So I had 10 pound, 10 pound in the jugs. Now I'm going to pick up a 12 pound and a 12 pound. Okay? So I'm going to pick this one up and this one up. Okie dokie. Take a big deep breath. So now I'm going to stand just right here again. And instead of stepping out diagonally, what I'm going to do is step forward. Okay? So my tummy's tight. I'm going to step forward. Not a lot, a little. Now step back. Okay? You stepped forward with whichever leg you stepped forward with for a reason. Now I want you to step forward with the other leg. And it's because it just doesn't feel quite right. But I'm going to make you do it anyway. Now, before we do the move, I want you to step back. Okay? And you'll find your balance. See, I just moved around a little bit. It throws you off balance. That's the point. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to step out. So now I'm doing this with 24 pounds. That my spine, my hips, my legs are all having to recalibrate. It gives it, you got to give it a chance to recalibrate. Okay, drop your shoulders. Ready? Soften your knees. As you step out, you don't have to step out that far. Okay, and just, I want you to have confidence that you can go from here to here, managing a significant weight. So, whatever that is for you. Okay, now the move starts. Okay, so we're right here. I'm going to keep my shoulders level. All right. So now I am leaned out just a bit. See this? See this? Yeah. So I'm really engaging in my hip, both hips, but especially the leg that's stepped out. So see, I'm going to pull this just like I'm pulling a rope on the old fashioned pull mowers. You know, that's how they used to run engines. You have to explain this to certain age groups. Okay, I'm not you guys, but you understand what I'm talking about. They wouldn't even know what I was talking about. Okay, pull. Here we go. See, my shoulders are level. I'm just really leaning in with my whole body, and I'm just pulling this back. See that? Pulling this back. Then I'm going to take a breath, realign, pull myself back here, and step back. Okay? Now I'm ready to switch. I'm going to step forward, bend that front knee, get your shoulders in symmetry. I'm managing this weight. This one is going to act like the pull chain. Okay? And if you want to go lower, you guessed it, you bend your knees. You do not bend your back. So I'm pulling. See that? So I'm pulling. Breath, keep your shoulders down. Breath, shoulders down. Breath, shoulders down. Pull that chain or that rope. Pull. Big breath. Go. Say ribcage up. Big breath. Here we go. Keep your shoulders level as best as possible. Just two more, just two more. Here we go. One more, one more. Okay, and step back. Do that little punch. See that little punch that I did? Yeah, okay. This next one you can do in two different positions. I am going to be my own chair. If you need to make it a little more tolerable, you sit. Either way, you're gonna work the muscles I'm wanting you to. Okay. So I'm gonna stand, or you can sit, and you're gonna go like this. See that? So I'm hip hinging. I'm bringing the butt down. I'm not going low in a squat. Kind of like I'm sitting in a high chair. If you want to, you can sit in the chair because we're going to do these. Okay, so you get to pick your position. So you can do either one quite nicely. I am choosing to just stand here. And I'm going to go into this move. Elbows are at your waist. And I'm just going to push and roll my shoulders in. Release. Push, roll the shoulders in. Release. Keep your chin tucked. Bring them in. Take a breath. Okay, this is especially for people who need to strengthen the in-between muscles of your shoulder blades. Elbows at the waist. Push, roll in, hold. Bring it back. In through the nose. Exhale. Push, roll in. Come back. Here we go. Push, roll in, and come back. Push, roll in, and come back. Just two more. Push, roll those in, come back. One more. Push, roll in, and come back. And stand up, and come down. Okay. Now, we're going to do something a little different. I had to get my towel out this morning. I'm sweating. Okay. I'm going to ask you to go down in your weight that you're lifting. So I'm dialing mine down to 9s. Okay. We just did what's called a little pre-fatiguing of these muscles. Now I'm going to go down. I'm going to use a lighter weight because I'm going to get a complete lift. And sometimes if you go too heavy, you cheat a little. And it doesn't let you get the full rotation. So I'm going to sit on my little pad. See that? So you might say, you could say I'm giving you a rest right here. You could say that. Okay. Kathy won't say that. Okay, are you ready? Here's my lighter weight. I didn't say lightweight, it's more of a medium weight, okay? So what I'm gonna do is lean forward, okay? I'm gonna lean forward like that. I'm gonna push those arms back and I'm gonna keep them back there, okay? So I'm gonna go push, I'm gonna bend a tiny bit, I'm gonna stay forward, I'm gonna really push through the backs of those arms. Yeah, I wanna really contract those, right there. Woo! Take a breath. So this is why I wanted to go a little lighter, because I want you to hang on back there, okay? Really keep those shoulders down. When you go back, I want you to contract the back of the arm muscles right there. Ah, breath, push, breath, push, breath, push. Just two more, push. Just one more, and push. Okay, put one down there, one down there. Yay. Woo! I am sweating up a storm here. Should have got my little hairband. Oh well. See, Tim, people like Tim doesn't have to worry about that. Okay. I don't think he's on this morning, so we can talk about him. Okay. Look at my hands. That's number one. Look at my shoulders. That's number two. Oh, look, I'm gonna do this. That'll be cooler. Okay, see that? Look at here. This is very important because this is body weight and it's dealing with shoulders, it's dealing with your core, it's dealing with what you do with your upper back. And this especially for people with osteoporosis, especially if you're a woman, up through the shoulders, mid shoulders, in the mid vertebrae there, that's one of the first places that we have thinning of the bone. Okay, so we have to be careful. So I'm going to put my hands right here, but instead of it letting my shoulders round excessively, what am I going to do? I'm going to drop my shoulders down. Yes. So you just say, shoulders down. Shoulder blades going to the back. Perfect position. My hands, I got my gloves on, and I have a pad here. So I can put my hands on either side of the pad, and it feels better, okay? Take a big deep breath, and notice how much my elbows are bending. Notice that my hips pretty much are fixed. They're not swinging in and out. That's mistakenly what some people do on this move. They fix their elbows and they swing their hip. You don't want to do that. We want to bend the elbow a little. Keep your shoulders down. Bend the elbows a little. Elbows a little. Breath. It's right on the back part of those arms. Ugh. Breath. Just two more. One more. And sit. Just like that. So this is where that swinging comes in handy. I don't want you to lift. I just want you to swing. If I see your hands coming way up here, you are now lifting. See this? I'm doing a pendulum swing. I'm not coming way up. I'm not bending my elbow. See that? That's a big difference. Then you keep your arm under, keep yourself under the chin, pull it across here gently. Breath. So I've seen people actually doing this move, and because they didn't seat their shoulders down and their blades into their back, they were trying to feel this stretch, which they didn't even know where, and they were doing all this kind of stuff and almost pulling their shoulder out of socket in order to get a stretch. Well, that's not what we're going to do. So down, come across, and then gently reach. See that? That's all you need to do. Take a big deep breath, shoulders down, ribcage up, stay low, and then reach as you're pulling. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, just like that. Good, good, good. Take a big deep breath. Okay, now we're going to do something very important for the gluteals, and we're going to do it from the chair. Okay, you can leave your pad here or you can take it off, whichever floats your boat. I'm going to take mine off. Okay, because I'm now going to lift my hips. Now I'm not going to move my elbows. I'm bringing my hips up. I'm squeezing my butt super tight. Then I'm going to come down and just tap the front of the chair with my butt. Drop your shoulders. Come up and squeeze your rear end really tight. Now hold it there. Step out just a little. Drop your shoulders. Bring one leg up. Okay? Hold it there and then just go push and push and push. If you notice, my supporting leg, I'm on my heel. Okay? Drop your shoulders. Okay, dig in. Bring that leg up. You're gonna push. Breathe in through the nose. Drop your shoulders. Breath, breath, and come back and come back. Now, if I had you do that little sequence 10 times, you might be taking a break. It will push you if you do it properly. That's what I want to do. Okay. So squeezing your rear end like that is a very important thing. And you can do this. You don't have to get in the floor. You're going to be in situations where you're just, ooh, you have this, you know, tightness or whatever in your back. Okay, seriously. Drop your shoulders, bring your butt up, let it come just to the chair, then bring it up, tighten, squeeze, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Even if you can't, stretch your leg out and then sit. Then follow it with this one. You drop your cheek. We've done this many times. Hold on to the chair over here. Open this. You cannot open it if you're not at the front of the chair. And then pull that knee so it's headed straight down. And then you go back so that the back of the shoulders touch. You'll have all the stretch you need. If you'll just hang out here for a few seconds, you know, 15 to 30 is optimal. Okay. Oh my goodness. Just hang with me. Don't just hit it and then come off of it. It won't have a chance to do any work. Okay, 5, 4, see, go back, 3, 2, 1, and now come up, go to the other side, go to the other side, come to the edge of the chair, drop your knee straight down, grab the chair, okay, come to the front of the chair, and then open while this knee, other knee is down. You're just gonna go right back there until you hit that stretch. Wow, okay? So this is gonna really help with your back tightness, your gluteal, your hamstring and your quad. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders. Breath, just hang out here. Put that knee down, don't let it flare on you. Don't let it flare. Breath, breath, and then come up gently. Bring that leg up. Now you're not ready to walk out of this. Are you ready? We're gonna lift our butt, and just for a few seconds, we're going to put our head down toward our knees, but only for a few seconds, and we have the chair to hang on to, okay? But on the way to that, the knees are bent, okay? So I'm right here. Then I'm gonna go straighten my legs. I can hold the chair or hold my ankles, straighten those legs, and just let it stretch right there. And you're hanging on for just a few seconds, and then you come out of it, okay? Take a big deep breath. Woo! So I wanted to really give you some alignment training with light and medium and different challenges of carries today. It matters a lot with how your back and your back and your legs function. Okay, you just have to notice. And then we put some shoulders in there too.